Miss Esta Maude must everyone said.
I hope that wasn't important because it was unintelligible.
She just smiled because Esta Maude had a secret.
She was the Scarlet Pimpernel.
At 8:30 she was behind her desk, tidying it up, though it was never untidy.
Neat.
In class, Esta Maude was strict, but very kind.
Oh, one of those.
When she frowned, the class knew she meant business. But when her dark, the boys and girls couldn't help smiling too. If they knew the lessons and had done their homework, Esta Maude would read to them.
From the Anarchist Cookbook.
Sometimes a boy or girl would share a story and read to Esta Maude in the class.
From the Necronomicon.
Sometimes they would just talk about what they wanted to be someday. The boys and girls liked Esta Maude Hay.
Hey yourself!
And they knew she liked them too.
But just as a friend.
Out of school, she kept to herself. Poor Esta. She doesn't have much fun, everyone said.
They don't know about her magic amulet.
In the evening, anyone who passed her house could see her sitting at a desk correcting papers.
If they have a telephoto lens.
At 9 o'clock, she turned out the lights and everyone said, "Well, Miss Esta Maude has gone to bed." But she hadn't.
It's Bridgerton time.
Esta Maude was busy with her secret. She owned 2 cars, the little black car and another one.
Scandalous.
Which she kept hidden in the barn behind her house. It was a bright red racing car.
In a completely different art style.
This was Esta Maude's secret. Esta Maude Hay liked to drive fast, very fast. And for years she had saved to buy a fast car.
She bought it used from Tracy Chapman.
On Friday nights, at midnight, Esta Maude would quietly open the big barn door.
Just imagine what that might look like.
She would strap on her goggles and racing helmet and climb into the low car. She would press the starter. The whole barn shook as the powerful car moved into the night.
Move being a relative word in this instance.
Then she would drive slowly through the sleeping town, obeying the speed laws, even though no one could see her. But once she was on the open highway, where speed limits were much higher,
she crashed and burned. The end.
Esta Maude stepped hard on the gas pedal. Then the car charged forward. Faster and faster and faster down the long straight highway Esta Maude went. Oh, she was happy.
I'm Miss Esta Maude and we're rolling out.
And sometimes she had an adventure.
Like the Goonies?
Night, when she found Jimmy Hunt lost by the side of the road, Esta Maude took Jimmy in the red car and drove him home.
Wow, what an adventure!
Because of the goggles and because she didn't say one word, Jimmy didn't even recognize his own teacher.
Does he always get into cars with silent strangers?
On Monday, in Story Hour, when he told about his exciting ride with the mysterious stranger, he was just making it up.
Pixar didn't happen, bro.
What, Miss Esta Maude? The driver of that car had shoes just like yours. Esta Maude looked up startled.
She knew then she'd have to kill again.
But Jimmy went on with his story. Her secret was still safe.
But Johnny wasn't.
But one moonlit Friday night, just before turning back to town, Esta Maude saw a man standing by a car at the roadside.
It was the Zodiac.
He was waving at her. When she stopped, the man said,
"Why do your headlights emit death rays?"
"Please help us. Our car broke down." He pointed to a young woman in the front seat. "I've got to get my wife to the hospital soon."
Her face ain't gonna lift itself.
Somehow Esta Maude got them into her small car. The racing car dashed down the road like a red shooting star.
Ooh, show that.
It seemed as if they were racing the moon itself. The young couple hung on for dear life and didn't say a word.
Nobody says any words in this thing.
Esta Maude drove carefully, but knew they must hurry. The red car flew down the road, leaving a shower of golden sparks behind.
Yikes, that speaks to a serious mechanical issue.
And when they reached the hospital, the man and woman got out. But before they had a chance to ask Esta Maude's name and thank her, she drove off.
Eat gold sparks, breeders!
The next day, all the newspapers were filled with the story. Mysterious woman in sports car races stork and wins.
George Bailey lassos stork.
The young couple were the proud parents of a baby boy.
They named him Car Lady.
Everybody asked, "Who was it?
Some kind of speedy racer?
Where is that car?" Esta Maude smiled and never said a word.
To the animator's great relief.
One afternoon, Esta Maude was carefully driving her old black car home from school when she saw the young couple. They were wheeling their baby in his carriage.
On their way to Battleship Potemkin.
Before she could stop herself, Esta Maude waved. "Why do you suppose the school teacher waved at us?" the wife asked her husband.
We're famously anti-education.
"I don't know," he answered. "We're lucky she wasn't the one who took us to the hospital. Either."
Well, up yours then.
Couldn't hear them. Besides, it was Friday, and for her midnight ride.
Maybe tonight she'll pick up a hobo. Thank you so much for watching Fun with Shorts. This series is supported by Patreon and patrons like these wonderful people right here. They get early access to new episodes and exclusive episodes every month. Also, check out the updated funwithshorts.com for DVDs and merch and all the good stuff. Thank you so much, everybody. I'll see you next time.